So we're going to talk about parallel lines cut by a transversal and some special angle relationships. First, we're going to just look at these, and then we're going to do a little demonstration. So these are corresponding angles, the blue angles here. They're in the same position, but on different teams. That's one way to think of it. Or you could think of they're on the same side of the transversal, and they skip one angle. Corresponding angles are always congruent. All right, then we have alternate interior, represented by these blue angles. Alternate means opposite side of the transversal, and interior means inside the parallel lines. Those are also congruent. Then we have alternate exterior angles. Again, alternate means opposite side of the transversal, and exterior means outside of the parallel lines. And those are congruent. Vertical angles we've already mentioned. You don't have to have parallel lines for vertical angles, but we do need to know them. Vertical angles are those kissing V's, or they're pairs of opposite angles made by intersecting lines. Vertical angles are also congruent. Then we have same side interior angles. These are not congruent. They're supplementary, so they add up to 180. And we also have same side exterior, and those are supplementary as well. Now we're going to look at a pretty cool demonstration to kind of help make this a little clearer. Okay, so right here I have two blue parallel lines cut by this red transversal, and it creates these 8 angles. And I wanted to just show you how they're congruent or how they're supplementary. So if I start with angle 2, I cut out angle 2 because congruent means the same size and same shape. So I wanted to show you that. If I go to the alternate exterior angle from angle 2, remember alternate means opposite side of the transversal and exterior means outside the parallel lines. So that would end up down here at angle 8. And you can see that angle 2 maps onto angle 8 perfectly. In other words, it's the same shape and same size, so those are congruent. The same thing, let's say that we wanted to find the vertical angle to angle 2. Remember, vertical angles are kissing V, so that would be angle 4. And if I moved this over there, it would be the exact same shape and size, so those are congruent. Now let's say I wanted to start here and go to the alternate interior. Alternate means opposite side of the transversal, and interior means inside the parallel lines. So if you moved my angle over there, again, you would see that it's the exact same shape and size. And then let's say that we started here at angle 4 and you wanted the corresponding angle. Corresponding means same side of the transversal but skip one angle. So we would end up down at angle 8. Again, exact same shape and size. So all 4 of those angles are congruent. Angle 2, 4, 6, and 8. And honestly, you can tell just by looking in this picture, angle 2 is acute, 4 is acute, 6 is acute, 8 is acute. All the rest of them are obtuse, so they cannot be congruent. All right, we could do the same thing with angle 1. We could show that the vertical angle is congruent, same shape, same size. We could show corresponding, same shape, same size. We could show alternate exterior. We could go through all of them again, but we're not going to. The other thing I wanted to mention is notice here how angles 1 and 2 are a linear pair. We know anytime 2 angles form a straight line, they have to be supplementary. So angles 1 and angles 2 have to add up to 180 degrees. But what's cool about that is that means that any angle in this diagram that's not congruent is going to be supplementary. So let's say that I want to start, let's say it tells me the measure of angle 1 is 150, and it says find the measure of angle 4. Well, it's definitely not congruent. It's not any of our special angle pairs, and they don't even look the same, but they are supplementary. So because angle 4 and angle 2 are the exact same size, and we already know 1 and 2 are supplementary, so we know 1 and 4 have to be supplementary as well. The same thing, let's say that we are given angle 5, and we want to know angle 4. Sure, why not? Now again, these aren't the same size, they're not congruent, but they are same side interior, and we know that same side interior is supplementary because we know that 1 and 2 are supplementary. 1 and 2 made a linear pair, so since they're congruent to 4 and 5, those also have to add up to 180 degrees. So all of your angles are either going to be congruent or they're going to be supplementary. So if it tells you angle 2 is 30, and it asks you to find angle 5, 2 and 5, there's no special relationship between 2 and 5, but we know that they have to add up to 180 because they're not the same shape and same size. They're not congruent, so they have to be supplementary. So those are a little bit of shortcuts that you can use to kind of figure out some of these problems. Hope that helps.